Let it flow through. Oh, hey. Oh, hey. Well, let's make sure everything's correct before she gets here. That's fine. That is fine. Mm, let's go. Let's go. Change it to the comment section. It should be good. Talk shows, podcasts. Let's go ahead and change that. Back this up. This is probably too loud. I think we're good on there. We'll see. I know. Don't want a kid seeing that. That's good. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? Just checking to make sure the stream is good. I think the stream is great. I think we're good. We're waiting on Gamer Empress. Yes, yes, yes. Gonna make sure everything's straight here. I don't want to hear anything about anything that's going on here. Yeah, that has nothing to do with me. Um, where is it on Kick? I'm starting to think that I'm gonna go to Rumble. I'm probably gonna switch it to Rumble. Kick's thing has been odd lately. Okay, there it is. That's all right. Do, 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 do. Okay, check my settings. Yep. How do I sound? Now we're all good across the board. Do, do, do. Well, she is waking up early in the morning. Yeah. Du, du, du. I'll have to set that up later. Did give her the right time, right? Well, we're about to find out. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. Yeah, we're all set up. Yeah, she. I thought that might happen. I'm 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 actually kind of relieved because it makes me feel a lot better. Cause I'm the one that always like messes up, and then when somebody else's messes up, I'm just like feel a little bit better now. I'm like, I'm gonna mess up. I'm gonna fuck something up. And then somebody else like messes up and I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. Mm, the YouTube link? Yeah, yeah, it's fine. Do 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 do. Yeah. I don't need this. You could bring this thing down. That's fine. Yeah, I'll link it to her. Matter of fact, I should do the same thing. No, no. That's gotta be crazy that you got the first verse. That you get the 40K Empress first. Pretty sure there are plenty of other ladies that were just like, fuck, I was gonna name myself that. I just thought about that. Looks like Nexus Mods has started banning Stellar Blade adult mods. Nexus? Oh, which one is it this time? Mode you're looking for was removed by a member of staff. Which one? Which one? I can't believe they did that. Which mod though? Uh, mm, not quite sure. Mm, yeah. Yeah, I can't believe they did that. That's insane. What? What the fuck? What the fuck? God, that's so stupid. Oh my god, that's so fucking stupid. Uh how do I even show this? How do I hold on? We're gonna make it a little bit quiet. Yeah, that's fine. She has 2 aliases. It's not my fault, okay? It's not my fault. She has 2 aliases, okay? Alright? Whose fault is that, huh? She got 2 aliases. There you go. That's better. I got 1. I got 1 alias. You gotta see this. You gotta come and see this. Yo, what's up, Gamers Republics? We are about to do our first ever podcast. It is called The Hard Raid. 40K Empress is a little bit late, but she is about to be here in just a second. She's just getting prepped up. But we have a lot to talk about. One being Borderlands 4, one being Superman, the other being I just figured out who this person was today called Forged Gaming. And you know what? I'm not even going to try to figure out this person. I'm just going to look it up. But I want to, because apparently she knows more than I do. I want to know more about this Forged Gaming guy. There's also the thing with Stellar Blade. They've sold 3 million copies. Good for them. And yeah, we'll just pick it up from there. Should be good. Good morning, Craig. I know it's a little bit late for some people, or basically right on time. 40K is shit. I guarantee you there's going to be a 40K Empress, then there's Gamer Empress, and then there, for some odd reason, with 400 subscribers, and she only made 3 videos, it's, I don't know, like Slanesh's slave, mistress, and nobody knows about it. She don't want to talk about it because she don't want to be a traitor, but that's her 3rd channel, and she's just lying to all of you. Okay? I should put it up on this video right goddamn now. Let the truth be revealed. It's like, yeah, she's been hanging out with Slanesh, bro. Yeah. She needs to take all that golden armor off. It's gotta go. Gotta go. Yep. Make it sound like she's getting fired from her job. It's like, I don't think that's how it works in the 40K universe. You can't just join Slanesh and be like, sir, return your armor and you have to leave. I don't think that's how it goes. No, it's superhero. She does have a 3rd one. Okay, all right. Guys, you know what? I'm not even gonna show that one. I'm not gonna show that one. Fuck that one. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't care about that one. So apparently, this is what I was looking at. No, I'm not gonna show it. It's you know what? I just want to focus on video games. You know what I mean? I want to focus on video games. Oh, that's nice. Highest IQ, and he believes in Jesus Christ. That's pretty cool. Indian temple elephant gets their holy glow up. Why does he have Trump hair? You know what? I'm gonna let that slide. Bro, this stuff that I'm getting from MCU lately has been really lacking. I don't know what's been going on, but lately comic books have been failing. I'm burning Slanesh every day. It's my duty as the Empress. I don't know. I don't know. There's gonna be some big, pale-faced Slanesh dude with long white hair, and he's got nipple piercing. And I don't know why, but Empress is right there, latched onto one of his thighs. And I'm just like, hey, yo, do you see this? Do you see this? This man got a whole fucking whip. A whole whip. Now she's hiding right behind him. We can see you. Like, yeah, that's not how it works. I'll leave that right there to the side. Yeah, the thing that I wanted to discuss is Borderlands 4 on how ridiculous the prices have been. And not only the prices on video games, but the prices on deluxe and ultimate editions, which I think are should not happen. I think any game that is $70 higher, they should be no, just no. It's like okay, Borderlands 4. $70 game, still don't want to buy the game. I've been looking at the combat for Borderlands, and I'm gonna be honest, man. I sense no change with Borderlands. I'm over here thinking to myself, man, I got to get excited for Borderlands. I don't feel that anymore. Not after Borderlands 3, and then I did that Tiny Tina thing, and I'm like, oh god, I can't believe I bought that Tiny Tina game. That was the gayest shit I've ever played. Nope, nope, it's not. I take it back what I said. Borderlands 4 Super Deluxe is $200 on Australian. Let me check this shit out. I wasn't gonna check until I did this thing with you guys. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's $200 somewhere else. In Canada? Oh yeah, it's definitely bro. Isn't Borderlands team in Canada as well? No, no, I don't think they're in Canada. No, I don't think they're in Canada. Gearbox? I don't think they're in Canada. Man, $70 standard edition. Excuse me? We need to talk about this. I'll wait for her to get here. We needed to talk about this. I didn't realize how diabolical. I was gonna focus on the price of Borderlands 4 and how it just doesn't it's not feasible. It just doesn't make sense to have an $80 or $70 Borderlands 4. Well, they added something diabolical that I really did not like, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Oh my god. I Jeez, I thought they would stop that shit. What is this? Games sold separately. Bro, no, no, no. Wait. Echo 4 bundle game stuff. What? Bro, this game is for the Funko Pop enjoyers. That's what this is. What's up, Mr. H in chat? Hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, we are doing well. We are doing well. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? It's good to see you. I saw that again. What's up? What's up, Venom? God damn. I think that's cool how clean it is that it shows on chat at the on the side. I think that's real clean. I wonder if it's a little bit cleaner if I do this. Is that a little bit better? A little bit better. I kind of like it. Well, it depends on what she does when she gets here. Looks nice. Yeah, it looks nice. And I know that lately the DC, because I've been I've been hoping that DC would come back strong, but after hearing that James Gunn is going to be doing Superman, I'm like, they can't do Superman. They can't do Superman. Superman hasn't been done well in years, in literal, like, many years. I mean, even Man of Steel had something to go with it. And then there's the whole Snyder and James Gunn fan base, and I'm like, okay, fan base, I'm gonna let you know something. Both of them suck. I know they probably have more money, but both of them suck. So regular podcast? No, somebody's on the way. Somebody's on the way. Da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what? I'll let her get ready. I'm not gonna type her because she's just gonna get ready. If I start typing her, then she's gonna start typing back, and then we're just gonna be typing. And I'm like, you know what? Just let her do her thing. She'll be here in a second. But yo, she'll be here in a second. It's good to see you, gamer. Oh fuck. Yeah. So apparently the source, this I don't know if you guys are like this, but has anybody seen the Resident Evil 9 Requiem video with the short-haired, blonde-haired girl with glasses or something? Like, I remember how I reacted. I thought she was kind of hot. I think everybody reacted that she was hot. Um, but apparently, this guy Reforged Gaming was like, dudes are already calling the Resident Evil 9 lead protagonist ugly. An epidemic of loneliness and misery is truly making some of you insane. And I'm over here thinking to myself, why do you care? Have you got a kick? I do have a kick. Yeah, I do. I do. Same name. Same name. I'm just looking at it because let me tell you something. He probably looked at the comment section of when Resident Evil 9 was shown. You're always gonna get those people that say wacky and kooky things on there, and they're either drunk or they just want to troll and all that sort of thing. So I don't know. I like I just don't see why he should actually care. I just don't see what's the reason for that. I mean, I mean, of course she's hot, but if somebody thinks that she's not hot, then she's not. Hell, we had like PC gamers say like Stellar Blade Eve is too sexualized. So we got people that are saying that certain people are ugly, but they're not. And now we have people saying that she's too hot. So I'm like looking at these individuals and I'm just like, why are you all emotional? You know what I mean? It was made up drama. That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, why bring it up? You know what I mean? I'm like, you saw probably two people and then they were just like goofing around and they said, ah, she ugly. And I'm just like, you took that to heart? You literally took that to heart. I thought that was very awkward. But anyway, let me go ahead and start off with this lovely ticket. Let's do this right here. I'll show you something. Because this is Borderlands 4 coming out September 12th. And let's check the prices, shall we? So for US, we're talking standard $70. Pre-purchase for the deluxe edition, $100. You know how much of a skyrocket that is? Like we shouldn't even be thinking about $80 anymore. They just skipped to fucking 100. And then they went. I'm surprised the super deluxe. By the way, a super deluxe edition is just a slap on the face. And I'm just like, why didn't you just call it Ultimate Edition or Premium Edition? Anyway, or Platinum Edition. Anyway, why didn't you? Why did I just find it funny that they went from like 70 to 100, and then they said, you know what? Let's do another 30, and then they said 130. Now this is for US. This is for the US. Okay, for the US, this is like completely different. For people in Canada, for people in Australia, for everybody else, I'm pretty sure $70 looks like $100 to somebody else, or $100 looks like $150 to somebody else, or the Super Deluxe Edition looks like $200 to somebody else. Now, some of you guys might be thinking to yourself, Mr. Hardcore Mode, I just want the game. That's cool. You know what I also think that you also want? You probably want the full game, correct? You want the full game? Check this out. Check this out. Standard edition. You get the game. Deluxe edition. Bounty pack, unique areas, missions, bosses, 4 vault cards with unique challenges. Vault cards? I'm not collecting cards. I don't do cards. And rewards, new gear and weapons, new Vault Hunter cosmetics, and 4 new vehicles with new cosmetics. I'm going to call bullshit on that because it's probably not going to be 4 new vehicles. It's probably going to be 4 variants of the same vehicle. So they just spray paint the same vehicle that you already have, and then they give you the same one, and then they call it a new vehicle. Watch. And then there's the Firehawk Fury weapon. Why is this a one weapon skin? Like the president. Like this Firehawk Fury one weapon skin. They just said, you know what? Damn. One weapon skin? Let's send that 70 to 100. And I'm like, wow, you're a piece of shit. So here's the funny thing. No. You know what? I'm going to leave that. Here's the Super Deluxe Edition. The Super Deluxe Edition has the Vault Hunter pack. Now, you're probably thinking, oh shit, the Vault Hunter pack. It probably has new cosmetics and probably new like helmets or hats or something, or new like emotes for each people that you already have. No. The Vault Hunter pack gives you 2 new playable Vault Hunters, which doesn't make any sense because they should be in the base game. They give you 2 new map regions that they pulled out of the base game and gave it to the Super Deluxe Edition. They give you new story missions and side missions and new gear and weapons. All of this straight from the base game, and then they give it to the Super Deluxe Edition. You see where I'm going with this? The new Vault Hunter cosmetics. Oh, okay. Now we're at the cosmetics now. Okay, now we're at the cosmetics. See, I want to preface this. I want to talk about this because you remember how Randy Pitchford said it's not his call on the prices of the video games? Yeah, he said that. He said that. You know what's his call since he's the CEO of Gearbox? Doing bullshit like this. I'm just like, oh, it's not your call to put the prices on the game? Okay, all right. Because they have a marketing team in Gearbox. You know that, right? They literally get paid by the big man Randy Pitchford, who gets paid ridiculous amounts of money because we're all stupid and we bought Baldur's Gate, not Baldur's Gate, but Borderlands 3. So this is his work. With the help of his team, this is his handiwork. So forget the whole $80 thing. We're not doing $80. You need to think big. It's like, Randy Pitchford, this better not be $80. And he said, not my call. And as a matter of fact, he said, bet. How about we make it $130? So I'm looking at this and I'm just like, never trust Gearbox and Randy Pitchford. Do you notice that Randy Pitchford, his tweets he's got like this giant head of his. He has this big ego of his that is just way out there. Like the way he talks makes it seems like he knows better than you. He's smarter than you, and you're dumb. That's what it feels like. That's the disgusting thing. I need to turn on my AC because I'm getting heated. You ever hear the bullshit out of people's mouths and you're just like, bruh, get me out of this room. That's what it feels like with him. That's what it feels like. So forget the standard edition. Standard edition is literally trial edition. It's not standard edition anymore. It's trial edition. Play the game for $70 to get the trial of the game. The deluxe edition is a giant fucking farce. That, by the way, as much as I love shell shaded, and as much as I love the guns in Borderlands, I don't like the guns that much. How many times do you have to fight something to where it feels like that they're just a bullet sponge? Way too many fucking. There's way too many moments like that in Borderlands. Like even with the end game, even mid game, there's just a lot of spongy enemies. Oh, and to top it all off, you have to pay a $70 to a $130 game to enjoy a game with comedy. Now, Borderlands and comedy don't really go together ever since Borderlands 3. I really want to say Baldur's Gate. But yeah, ever since Borderlands, maybe I'm thinking about better games, you know what I'm saying? Base game here is $120 in Australia. This game's dead. This game's dead. This game's dead. It's dead. It's fine. It's dead. Let it go. And it's all good. Yeah. It's ridiculous. The Borderlands 4 PC specs are doo-doo. Wait, the specs? Hold up. No. No. We're doing this live. The specs? Let me see the specs. Hold up. No, I don't want to look at Stellar Blade titties right now. I mean, I do, but I'll wait until after. Should be at the bottom, right? Also, how are you going to give us all these Vault Hunters and none of them are attractive? That's crazy. That's funny. Wait, what? No, that's normal. Excuse me? 100 gigabytes? 100 gig. I need to go get a soda. I need to turn on the AC. I'll be right back. 100 gigabytes? Do not come up to me and say like, "Oh, it's because of the trillions and gazillions of loot." Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Over here talking about a gazillion loot. Borderlands over here trying to be Call of Duty. The 100 gigabyte isn't the worst part. It's not. Requires 8 CPU cores. Requires 8 gig of RAM. Oh, I need an SSD? It's required that I get an SSD? I need to check out Elden Ring. No, I need to compare with Elden Ring. I'm gonna have to remember everything that I just saw because something's weird. Something's weird. A 3080. You need that memory seems odd. No. Let me check out Elden Ring. That's a big ass game, right? I think it's a big ass game that's got a lot of loot. Let me check it out. It's the fucking memory. Get the bro. Bro, the recommended is 16 gigabytes of RAM for Elden Ring, but the recommended for Borderlands 4 is excuse me, sir. Do you have 32 gigabytes of fucking I'm like, get the fuck out of here. This is gonna be the most buggiest fucking mess I ever fucking seen. Bro, what happened to compressing files? What happened to that shit? They said compress? Not in my house. Okay? I never heard of compress? The only thing I want compressed are my fucking Crunchwrap Supremes when you heat it up in Taco Bell. That's all they heard. Are you serious? A 3080. 3080 is a recommended? You know what? I'm going to do Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I'm going to do Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Because I might be bullshitting right now. Oh my god. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. What an affordable fucking game. What a fucking G. Okay, that has 32 gigs of RAM. Okay, that also has 100 gigabytes of RAM. All y'all are sucking my shit up. That might be worse than actually fucking... So, I think it has to do... Damn. Yeah. The recommend for KCD2 is worse. Huh. The recommended is a 3080, but it also says you need 12 gigabytes of RAM. The 3080 is a 10 gigabyte VRAM. See, I only know about my card. Wait. I only know about my card. Oh, hold up. Yeah, the fucking memory is way off. But it also says you need 12 gigabytes of VRAM. Wait, there's RAM and then there's VRAM. Am I mixing? Oh, there it is. There it is. No, it's right. The additional notes. Okay. Yeah, I see it. Okay. No, I was blind. I see it. Yeah, that's bullshit. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people that are upset that can't run. A lot of people are doing low settings. A lot of people are doing low settings. You think everybody's got fucking money right now? Bruh, listen, I'm not Asian. I don't carry a cute Asian girl with me that's holding fucking 5090 behind her back. I'm sorry. I'm not built like that. I'm sorry. I don't work in tech. All right? At my job, I pick things up and put things down. Jesus. This is a lot. Even if Borderlands was optimized, it wouldn't matter. Gearbox couldn't make a good game if their life's dependent on it. True. You think so let me get this straight. You have to run this game, have it suck up your data, have it suck up your memory. You have to put it on low settings, and then when you start the game, you get a fart joke, you get a dick joke, you get a dick joke, and then you get you get 5 millennial jokes straight up. That's, bro, the amount of returns is going to be so fast. It's going to be like a gunslinging match with fucking an hour and 30 minutes. See if they can actually, because here's one thing that you've noticed with all the trailers. Have you noticed you have not been having any conversations with any characters? There's no trailer out there saying like, oh, this is what's happening. This is this character. This is what they say. This is what they do. None of that. It's loud ass. It might as well be Imagine Dragons music because I don't remember, but it's just random loud music, shooting, and you know that favorite thing that they like to do where they shoot and it mixes with the music and it's like do 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 do, and then it's just like I'm the king. They do this all the time with film, and I'm over here just like I haven't heard Claptrap. I haven't heard any. Wait a minute. Are there any old school characters that are coming out? Tiny Tina's not coming back. Mordecai's not coming back. She's dead. She's dead. That little girl with the blue hair that was annoying in Borderlands, bro. If they brought that annoying little shitbag little girl with the blue hair from Borderlands 3, if they bring her back, bro, that's nobody liked her. I'm saying it now. Nobody liked her. Nobody came out. What was her name? And you know what? I'm not gonna look it up because my feed is gonna be like, "You want Borderlands 3?" No. Pop music trailers are a giant red flag. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Oh. Yeah, just letting her know. She's gonna be done here. She's gonna be here in like 10 minutes. So yeah. I apologize for that. Her time period is different than mine, so we had to work things out. Something got missed in translation, but she's gonna be here soon, so I apologize. Does BG3 need an SSD? That's a good question. That's a good question. Most games don't require a nope. Oh, an SSD is required. Okay, it's required. Like it just yeah. Did Doom require one? That's a $70 game for Doom the Dark Ages? Yeah, slow down. No. NVMe everything requires an SSD now. Well, that's nice. No wonder. Everything requires an SSD, and I have a really good SSD, but I have a lot of HDs. HDDs? Yeah, I got a lot of those. So this is one of the reasons why people. This is one tiny reason why people are very done with AAA games because they look at your 4 HDDs and they say, that SSD right there. And you're like, nah, bro, I got all my good games on there. Well, I need to go to that one, or we ain't playing. It's the modern consoles. It made NVMe the standard. I don't know if I like that. Isn't it published by 2K with the fucked up EULA? Wait a minute. Wasn't there a moment a little bit ago, not a little bit ago, a while ago, where information got out, like public information got out on certain people that had a 2K account. I could be wrong. I'm going to say I'm wrong cuz I don't remember. I remember something where it was related to Denovu or related to like, a third party system, and then they spilled people's information. I think it has to do with PlayStation. I can't remember. By the way, PlayStation, Sony, how many times do we have to have to do this thing where somebody fucks up the servers on PlayStation? This is why I gave up on PlayStation, because because every time when you work 8 hours, you work 8 fucking hours, and you get home, and then everybody on Twitter is just like, who did it this time? Who's fucking up? Every single time. I never get that with Xbox. You know what I do get with Xbox? I get the shittiest fucking launcher this side of the Mississippi. That's what I get on Xbox. Xbox over here, like, we never break down on our servers. Yeah, but your launcher is shit, okay? I tried to play Persona games, and I paid for Persona. Y'all niggas didn't like that shit. Oh, geez. Look at those bundles and packs. They can't be serious about selling this right just because it has Borderlands title. This is what they believe. This is their mantra from right now. They said, you guys like us so. The way Randy Pitchford spoke made it seem like we were wholly obligated. Here's a good example. It made it seem like, man, I got so many analogies, but I'm going to stick with one. It seemed like since they were the one that bloated up their team, bloated up their money, used all this promotion, and then they come up to us and say like, oh yeah, it's because of it's because of tariffs. So yeah, $130, please. Yeah, it's because of Donald Trump. Ignore the thousands or hundreds of people working that we just keep on hiring like cows and chickens, and ignore the bloat of money that we use on this game. Just know that it's because of the economy. And I'm like, is it though, nigga? Is it though? But that's how Randy Pitchford made it sound. He made it sound like not only does $80 sound like a steal, he also made it seem like he didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck whether or not you were struggling or not. That's who we sounded like. So it's $130 of spyware. There you go. Exactly. Exactly. Mm-hmm. I don't know why he would look at GameStop. Y'all over here using GameStop still? Stop. Just please stop. Please stop. Please don't. She's almost done. We're going to wait up. Pay up, peasants. Your gracious corporate lords have blessed you with the opportunity to give them your cash. Be thankful. That's exactly how it feels. That's exactly how it feels. I like how they came out and we believed Borderlands 3 was going to be good. It was dog shit. And then they came back to us and said, listen, we're running through hard times. And I'm like, You're running through hard times, not us. What are you talking about? So you're gonna have to pay us more. And I'm just like, ooh, tough break there, buddy. Tough break. Like Smash JT said, yeah, I'm gonna pass. How is the $150 doesn't come with the game? I don't understand. Because they're greedy, that's why. Yes. Yes. Also, if you're looking, it, here's the thing that you need to realize. People have a short attention span. So when you give them 3 different ways or 4 different ways to buy a product and they can't figure out whether or not the game is inside this bundle or whether or not it's in this bundle, they don't know whether or not all of the game is in the base game, so they have to get the super deluxe edition. It sounds like you're trying to play Final Fantasy 14. It sounds like you're trying to sign up for some sort of another credit card. If you do that to individuals, to people, to regular people, they're gonna be like, fuck all this shit. I've seen it. My dad does it all the fucking time. My dad does it all the fucking time. I'd be like, Dad, can you buy this? And he looks at the game. This was back when I was a kid. My dad would be like, can you buy this game? I want to get it. And he looks at the game and he's just like, what is this game? And back in the day, I would tell him the whole story of the game, and he'd be like, I'm not getting you that game. It's like, but Dad, you. And then I came back to GameStop with him, and I just told him, you shoot bugs, you shoot bugs, and then you save the world. And he's like, fine. You can't tell him the lore of the game. You can't tell him. I think that's how I got Jet Force Gemini back in the day. But you can't come up to your dad and be like, oh yeah, this game is about like an intergalactic sort of like space mission where you're taking. Don't do that to some dads are just like, bro, make this conversation like for 10 seconds. Oh shit. Commando Rick is right. I totally forgot. Commando Rick says, and I'll probably take this down right here. Commando Rick says, but guys, we also made Borderlands movie. It has Chris Rock. I totally forgot that shit failed. So let me get this straight. Borderlands 3 succeeded because we got duped into believing it was a good Borderlands game. And then that Borderlands movie, which was, I don't know what it was. And then they come out and then they say $100, please? Holy crap, I didn't think about that. If I came out, it's kind of like Veilguard, where Veilguard was fucking around between Mass Effect 3 and Anthem, and then they came out and said, wait, I think Veilguard was $60. Or was it $70? They came out and said, yeah, we're still kicking it old school. And then how much was Veilguard? It was $60. Never mind, they learned. Never mind, they learned. They learned this. They said $60. Listen, we've been fucking up since Mass Effect 3. Okay? $60. I'll give it to them on that one. I did the same. I had to present a whole PowerPoint speech to explain my parents why they needed to buy me the new Call of Duty. Yeah, how do you tell your parents that you're gonna go out and shoot some, remember, no Russia? How are you gonna tell your parents that you're gonna go through an airplane and then say hi to the whole family? Okay. All right, guys. You guys haven't been here for me, okay? You guys aren't here for me. All right. Let me change this up. Let me change up the style. Boom. Why is it yellow? Why does it always go yellow? I like blue. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. Our guest today, who goes by many names, but we're gonna call her the 40K Empress. And here she is. Round of applause, everybody. Hey,
Hi.
hey.
Hi to everyone. Sorry that I'm late. It's just I guess we got confused really the
Yeah,
times with
we
an
got
hour.
yeah, yeah. That's on me. I apologize, but it's good to see you. Good to see you.
Oh, thank you very much. And hi to everyone. And Cassie is actually in the chat. Hey Cassie, fellow content creator, just amazing. Hey,
Mhm.
hey guys. To Mr. Hardcore's audience, it's very early for me, but I'm gonna try my best.
Yeah, when I heard that it's like we can do it early, and I was just like, she needs her rest, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna wake this lady up early in the morning, and then she's gonna get an attitude, and then everybody's gonna look at me. He's
No,
like,
I don't have an attitude now.
you realize what time it is? And I'm like, oh shit.
Well, that's not me, so you're in luck. I'm a
Okay.
good empress, not a not a dictator.
Gotcha. But it's good to see you. Good to see you. For those of you, for the people that don't know you in chat, let them know who you are, what you do.
Okay, guys. So yeah, the 40K Empress. That's my main channel. That's about Warhammer 40K. Since like 3 months ago, I reinvigorated, so to speak, a channel that was about Xena Warrior Princess, and now it's a gaming channel. It's called G Hammer Empress. And after that, I uh, recreated another channel that's about superheroes with my best friend Logan. So now I have 3 channels that are active, and it's called Superhero Truth, the last one. So yeah, you're going to do a lot of superhero essays and topic discussions like the new Superman movie and a lot of that.
Yeah, I actually do want to talk about Superman for a little bit because um, me, me and James Gunn kind of don't meld well.
Oh yes,
Uh,
me too. Me too. Yeah, I can hit
yeah,
him with the bat all day.
yeah, I don't
Like,
know. It's just
what did?
we that actually might be the segue that we're looking. By the way, you not only do work look up like MCU or DC, you probably look up like new stuff or indie sort of comic books or anything like that.
Well, in the comic books, it's like for me, in the comic books of Judge Dredd or something on the sides, like
Such a good one.
the comics that Invincible is coming from. I just forget all their names right now. But yeah, I mean, mostly I'm into DC and Marvel, but I do know some side things, even some French comic books, because that is how we grow up here in Bulgaria with many things from different places. But yeah.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. And actually, we do want to touch up on something related to comics. Let me go ahead and put it up on here. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Elevator music.
Oh no. Oh no. Eh, this is a clip of of Superman,
Oh
and
boy.
it's only 30 seconds. And you know how you noticed like with Miss Marvel, with She-Hulk, with like Fire, what is it? Fire and what? No. Love and Thunder. Like
Ugh.
it's all been steering towards pretty much the girl bossing, correct?
Yeah, and the fast food quality of a movie. You eat it, it's done. I mean, you watch it and you forget about it.
Well, absolutely. Well, there's like we're just gonna show you the video. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut, and we'll talk about it after because this is Superman and Lois talking, and I guess they're in a little bit of an interview, and I'm just like, out of all the things that I would like to see a 30-second clip of, it's Lois and Clark having a seminar, and I'm
Oh my
like,
gosh.
it's like I don't know, I want to watch them saving the day, but here we go. Let me make sure the volume is not.
I'm ready.
You've gotten a lot of heat on social media lately.
By the way, can you hear it?
Yes.
Okay.
You've gotten a lot of heat on social media lately.
I don't read that stuff. Superman doesn't have time for selfies.
Third person.
Hmm?
You're referring to yourself in third person now.
No, it's just a thing I came up with that I thought I'd try to work into the next interview.
This is on the record, Superman.
Okay, well, not the part where I said that.
Yes, that part.
No, that part was an aside. That was off the record.
You have to say off the record beforehand, not after.
Why are you being like this?
It's fine. I won't write that you spend your spare time trying to think up sound bites, which are terrible, by the way. You've gotten a lot of...
So that
What in the name of holy superheroes was that?
So when I saw this and heard it, I was thinking to myself, like, okay, maybe this is just one moment where she's being snappy. This is the first time knowing the guy. And then I thought to myself, oh, this is on the Kelly Clarkson show. The most like girl boss show, like left-leaning, like crazy show there is. So
Oh my God, Kelly Clarkson is left-leaning? I didn't know.
So it's just most cable like television is kind of left-leaning, but when I saw this, I was thinking to myself, why couldn't you show anything like, I don't know, Superman saving Lois Clark? It's a lovely moment. Like they have that one moment. It had to be just Lois just, well, first of all, the joke wasn't funny. And then second of all, it felt uncomfortable. It was just like, it felt like you were walking in onto your parents and then they were having an argument and you were just like, oh, this is weird. It's like,
yeah, I don't want to be there.
And it just felt like first of all, I don't think Superman would be talking to himself in the third person. I don't know where that came from. But everything shouts not only girl boss, but it also shouts, yo, I'm James Gunn. I don't know how this guy, in almost every clip or trailer that I've seen of this movie, it's not Superman, it's I'm James Gunn. So it is
for sure.
How was your supposed relationship between you and James Gunn?
Well, I never talk to him or address him or anything like that if we're talking about real interaction, because why would I do that? It's so stupid to go to someone on the internet that you don't really like and to annoy them or whatever. I have my opinions, I am covering the news when I can about that. And me and my friend
I don't mean like relation. I just mean like when you see his films, how do you feel?
Yeah. But yeah, just letting people know in general that I don't do that. So I'm just going to express myself in the video and that's it. So, well, yeah, guys, I mean, every time that he did any movie, all of the characters that he ever done are not these characters. They're just a version that he just made up for the movies. They're not comic book accurate, not even in the slightest. He just changes them in whatever ways he wishes. Now, this works for Guardians of the Galaxy because nobody knew who they are before that. Like, who cares?
Oh.
But now it's like about Superman, and he's changing him already. Everything that we've seen so far in the trailers is this pussy soy guy that is complaining. He's emotionally immature. He is not the epitome of knowledge and wisdom and abilities, whatever, confidence. He's like, meh, 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 meh. And Lois is going to talk down on him when she's supposed to be inspired by him and appreciate him and just be a very amazing, well, basically partner to him, partner, not a nagging Nelly. This is not supposed to be a normal relationship between two regular people. This is supposed to be this amazing love and respect and appreciation that is supposed to be like for an example. Like Superman is a great example, is an ideal. So this whole thing to be screams James Gunn immaturity and how he is portraying everything in his movies is either cynical or is literally immature. So I'm very worried because starting from the costume, even to put that on screen, that atrocity of a costume, and to call it Superman's costume to begin with is enough, even from a psychological standpoint. If you're thinking about a movie, like its movie director, he is okay with putting this on screen, then how am I supposed to have any belief that he's going to portray the character well if he's going to put that costume on the screen in the first place? And David Corswet,
A lot of people don't like that costume. A lot of people.
it was his idea and whatever. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? He seems that he has an ego to him, like David Corswet as well. He's not humble and wholesome as Henry Cavill. He's more like, I'm super happy to play Superman, and I know who he is and what he stands for and all of that. I'm like, you suggested this costume. What are you doing? And even if he has the trunks, I'm not like totally against the trunks in general. I prefer for them not to be there, but if we have to have them, they have to be like minimal, something to add to the aesthetic, not take away from it. Like even the 2006 movie with Brandon Routh, the trunks were small and they look aesthetic. When you take all the costume into consideration, the whole costume was not very good because still this part was like so close to his neck, it was literally squeezing it, and the cape was coming out from here. It looked like he is suffocating all the time.
Like you usually see that for Batman, but not for Superman, which is kind of for the collar for Batman is like all the way up here, but for Superman, it's supposed to be breathable. And like if I remember correctly, the Crypto is James Gunn's dog.
Oh, that is. The dog that's in the movie resembles his dog that he rescued. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's a CGI dog that really looks very much like his dog, which is not white. It's like mix of several colors. I think like brown, beige, whatever. But that is the thing that he always interjects things from real life into his movies, and he put himself in every freaking picture of the production or whatever.
You have actually a point, because why would you put that much extra energy to have a dog, which by the way, Crypto is like a fine looking like white dog. It's supposed to be bigger, and it's like a different breed as well. So you chose a dog that's a white version, or no, you said CGI, correct?
Yeah, CGI dog the whole time.
So it is kind of like, it's like the same make and model of his dog, but only white. So I'm just like, so you used extra money to make sure, oh yeah, I'm James Gunn. This is my dog.
Yeah, literally. And Crypto's not supposed to be this type of a dog. It's supposed to be more of a Labrador, usually. And there was an animation 2 years ago, Superhero Friends or Superhero whatever was it, I forgot. But it was pretty amazing. Like The Rock was voicing Crypto, I think, and that is how he should be portrayed, not what we saw now in the movies. He can't even fly for the most part, or he jumps around. I'm not sure. It's not exactly clear from the trailers. You see him in the air, but then again, he dragged them on the snow before that, so it's kind of confusing. And he did go to Superman running and not flying. So if he doesn't really fly in this movie, it's another stupid thing. Like, not only that you put Crypto in the movie and he shouldn't be there, like nobody cares. This just makes everything more goofy than it should be. But you also screwed Crypto up. So he screwed up. He's not supposed to be there. He's still not portrayed properly.
Well, the also with Lois, like Lois for her, like we all know that Lois Lane is like a go-getter. We all like Lois Lane is clearly like a girl boss on her own. But when you sort of add this sort of clip, it actually shows her not being this sort of, oh, I want to get to the breaking news, I want to get to that news. It just comes off as like, we're just having a marital spat. So when I saw this, I was just like, okay, this is the first time you two are talking to each other, or probably the second time that they're talking to each other, because it's they don't know each other. Obviously, she probably doesn't know that's Clark or something like that. Or
No,
wait,
no, it
wait.
seems like she knows from the
See,
first trailer. It's clear
yeah,
that she knows that that's Superman for sure.
that's true.
I mean, my guess is that this is further into the movie and not at the beginning, because it seems like
Yeah, it's not an origin.
they already planned how to present Superman, in front of the media. But the thing is that she's trying to tell him how everybody's gonna perceive his actions, and that's why she's grilling him this way. But in the same time, it's very disrespectful. And this is not something that you would see in the Christopher Reeves movie. When they first talked and she had an interview with him, it was very respectful. She was like in shock and awe of him, and he was so extremely wholesome and amazing. Such a guy, that's Superman. He's so perfect, and that's how it's supposed to be. I mean, perfect in the ways that he behaves towards people. He's a gentleman. He's just as intelligent. He's wise. All those things. Like, people always forget that about Superman. That he's extremely amazing in all kinds of ways, because he's supposed to be this guy. He's supposed to be the example in character and qualities, because otherwise he cannot hold this power and be good. That's the point.
Yeah. There was also a thing with Superman as well where he didn't speak too much. He didn't say like, well, I'm trying to talk to myself in third person. So like he didn't say too much. He'd be like, I think in this sort of conversation between Lois and him, he would just like pretty much say the same thing where he's like, I just want to help people and help the city that I love, and then just keep it at that, or maybe be a little flirtatious to Lois. That's fine and cool. But it seems like it seems like it seems a little bit forced that they're trying to make me laugh in that sort of situation, but it also seems um like you said before, it seems like a more childish version of Superman, which is he's a full grown man. He like him saying these sort of things where he doesn't go on social media, which is fine, which is great. But why would you say that you don't touch up on social media, but you're trying to talk to yourself in the third person? So he's like, "Oh, I'm trying to do a thing." It's like that's the most TikTok thing to say. It's like, "Oh, I'm just trying to do a thing," and I'm like, I mean, do you have a TikTok or an Instagram? And I'm just like, well, that's kind of odd. And then let's see what they say down on the bottom, because I find it kind of interesting. The Star Wars girl, she's everywhere. She's awesome.
Oh, just to add real quick before I forget that. Also, don't forget that Henry Cavill. Don't forget that the Superman is also a reporter, same as Lois, so he would know how he would be perceived. So this whole lecture that Lois is doing is absolutely retarded.
I
It's like
totally
preaching
forgot
to the
about that.
choir. Yeah, preaching to the choir. Like, what are you doing, James Gunn? Clark is not this incompetent guy. He's a freaking reporter, just like she is. And often, actually, in the comic books and some of the old animations, he could get the story before her just because he's Superman. He can get there and do it. And she's jealous sometimes of what he's doing, which is pretty funny. And it's like done in this very organic, natural way. So he's not this incompetent idiot. He would know how what Superman is doing is going to be seen from the world. So yeah,
exactly. Hankins says, Mr. Hardcore Mode, keep in mind James Gunn said he didn't like and didn't know how to do a Superman movie. I think he had an interview with somebody a while back, I think on one YouTube channel, where he didn't know how to do a Superman movie. And I think I did see that. Nerd Erotic and Film Threat saw that same video, and then they just said, well, maybe you shouldn't have had the job in the first place. Where it's really jarring that they just pick up. I guess it's because of their name, and there's not many big names out there for directors. So they're like, oh, James Gunn, okay, definitely give it to him, or Snyder. And I can't believe I'm going to say this, but Schneider, I can't believe I'm saying this. Schneider did a better job of Superman than James Gunn. Even before I'm even going to see this, I'm gonna try to see it. I'll try the best I can.
I gotta see it. I gotta see it to review it. But yeah, Snyder did a lot
exactly.
better job. And if you like, you can watch our video on Superhero Truth. That's the first video about Man of Steel and what a lot of people missed about it, because it's literally not understood movie, and it's not a deconstruction of Superman, it's the construction of the world. So people complain that it's a deconstruction of Superman, that's why it's not Superman or whatever, but in reality it's the construction not of Superman. Superman is who he's supposed to be, but in a totally different situation, in a cynical, dark world. So it's a deconstruction of the world, actually. And now we're going to see a deconstruction of Superman and not the world in this movie, because this is based on All-Star Superman and a few other comic books that are actually not canon, and this is an alternative version of Superman. So we're not even getting the real Superman, because James Gunn decided in all of his wisdom to not do Superman, but to do his alternative versions and like combination of them, which is a travesty to begin with.
If I'm correct to assume that not only is this his own type of Superman, he is also mixing, because Hawkgirl and Green Lantern and some other characters are going in there, Lex Luthor, they're all coming in. Some of these characters are coming in from the comic books. Well, to be fair, we don't know. So when they come in and they start talking about their story, like Hawkgirl, Lantern, and all that stuff, like when they come in, like one of the characters actually looks straight from one of the comic books. I think it's the Green Lantern, from like an old school Green Lantern look. So so those characters are going to have a little bit of backstory that some of us might already know, but
Well,
the Superman,
actually,
is it all just mixed up? Is this just a big pile of just throwing everything in the bowl and then just
yeah,
mixing it up?
actually, yeah, because this is Guy Garner, I think was his first name, Green Lantern, who nobody knows from the comic books. He's not Hal Jordan. He's not any of the more main, Green Lanterns. James Gunn, for the I don't know what time, for the 10th time, he chose the worst possible Green Lantern. I mean, he's choosing characters that like the most immature and all of that, just like Peacemaker, to put off screen, and then still changing them. So from all the Green Lanterns that he could have picked, he chose the worst. I mean, this guy is literally like pissing in space or whatever, and the rest of the Justice League is staring at him. That's the thing from the comic books. There's a scene like that. He's just like F everybody, and you see how he's drawn with his pants down. Everybody is seeing his butt, and then he's pissing somewhere in space.
There are a couple of articles where he's just saying, because I know he's talking directly to the fans or people on YouTube, where he says on Rolling Stone that he doesn't care what other people think, and I'm like, actually, you kind of have to. Those are your fans. Those are the people that want to watch these sort of movies. You kind of need to cater to them. That's kind of the whole point. That this is not a group of people saying, "Who's Superman? I don't know." No, they know. They're just wondering if this is going to be a good movie or not. Like, for example, The Incredibles. Nobody knew who The Incredibles were, but they all understood what superheroes were all about. Saving people. Protecting families and stuff. So everybody went to go see Incredibles. It was awesome, by the way. And it was just a simple family doing the best they can, helping people, kids being rowdy, not understanding their powers. And also, it was funny. It was funny and simple. It was the quickest 1 hour and 50 minutes, maybe. And also, the main villain was also interesting. He wanted to be like Mr. Incredible, but he kind of pushed them away. But that kind of simple story is what's needed for a Superman film. But what we're getting is, let's talk about why you shouldn't be Superman, or better yet, let's talk about are you going to save everybody, or are you going to take a sleep break? Because I can imagine the conversation between Lois and Superman, where it's just like each question that she's going to ask is going to be more annoying than the next. So I'm just wondering, it's just fucking ridiculous. The girl bossing does need to stop, but we're not going to see that happen for
there's
a while.
just a lot of problems with this, because everything that he's ever done, I mean, James Gunn, is just to make characters up again on screen. So how can I have even the slightest bit of hope when I see like a few trailers now? We've seen
Mhm.
how he thinks. He said so many stupid stuff about Superman before he ever got this part where he's supposed
Mhm.
to be putting him on screen. He never respected superheroes. He
Yeah.
thought that Superman is lame or whatever. It's just that those things are like very hard to
He
find
said
now,
that?
but he
He
said them.
said he said
Yeah,
that?
yeah, for him Superman is like what everybody thinks about Superman who don't actually understand him at all, that he's like lame and surface level, which is totally the opposite of what Superman is. So that guy is going to bring Superman on screen. And compared to Zach, Zach is a bit more cynical as well. He always tries to put the greediness and the violence and whatever. But at least in Man of Steel, he portrayed Superman badass and strong. He had to grow up and, of course, take care of Zod and whatever, and was put in this impossible situation. But at least he was a man, and
Mhm.
he wasn't soy at all. He just
Yeah, exactly.
did what he could in this horrible situation, and he prioritized human lives, and not this not innocent guy Zod, and he killed him. In this situation, that was totally what Superman should have done, because once again we rarely see Superman being challenged like that in such situations, and the no kill thing is going way back in the comic books, which is actually our next video in the channel. We're going to talk about exactly when superheroes should kill in general and how this whole thing began. So it's going to be very interesting.
That actually brings me to there's one moment with the Man of Steel where he he's working at a bar. Like usually if you have superpowers, you're going to probably steal money. No, he's working at a bar. He's just the bus boy. He's cleaning up the place, cleaning up the glasses. And then he gets in the fight with one of the truckers, and then he can't push him because he doesn't know. And then that one moment of vulnerability where he doesn't fight him, but he tears up his truck. So it's like, yeah, he's Superman, but he's still like human. He's still like he still has emotions. Where I
Oh
thought that was
yeah.
like pretty interesting. After that, you don't really see that of him doing something like that anymore. Where he knows that he's praised by people, but he's also hated by people, which I know Zack Schneider forced that down our throats. Where it was just that weird ass Lex Luthor that's just like, you can't become God, and I'm like, oh God, you're
And
not
that's
gonna.
another topic. But this scene is
Yeah, that's
very
another topic.
reminiscent of Superman 2 scene where he came back to a bar again and he actually beat up a bully. So this is like a throwback to that scene. But he really
Mhm.
beat him up like easy, but he did.
Yeah,
He
it's like
destroyed like a machine with him and like all the dishes on the counter.
yeah,
Great. But yeah, let's look at the comments because we really got the
yeah.
we
But
take a look at.
yeah. Speaking of bullies, we actually have something else to show off. Well, he's not really a bully. He's just out of touch. Um, this guy that I just learned from about like 3 days ago. Uh, so
Oh great. Oh great.
Reforged. So apparently, this Reforged gaming guy. I saw your video. But I only wanted to watch 1 minute, and 1 minute of it, I was just like, I'm irritated by his voice, and then I was just like, there because not only were you talking about him, but actually, Cage was talking about him way more. Cage really doesn't like this guy, and then Asmongold started talking about him, and I'm just like, who is this guy? So I wanted to come to you about this guy because you seem to know more about what he's talking about. But let's read what he says. Basically, he says dudes are already calling the Resident Evil 6 lead protagonist ugly. An epidemic of loneliness and misery is truly making some of you insane. Now, usually when people are going through loneliness or misery, you don't call them insane. If you really care about men, I mean, maybe don't call them insane if you really care about other people. But that's besides the point. The fact is that I was trying to figure out what he was talking about, where he was like, people were calling her ugly, and then I told myself, wait a minute, it doesn't matter. It was probably somebody in the comment section that was, saying something like DEI woke or something like that. Like, people on the comment section are always going to be either young trolls or drunk, and I'm usually the third one. but it's like he saw somebody react to it, and this is one of these moments where people. There was, I think, a game developer or a game journalist. I think it was a game journalist, but he saw the whole DEI stuff get on the comment section of most like shows, and then he would come out. You remember when he said, "I kind of hate gamers"? That's basically what this is. It's a smaller version, but it's just like another person that sees people react and then they get mad. See,
Oh, I
when
have a lot to say. Yeah.
so I'm just like, I don't mind the way people react to video games. He's like, that's just the broader public. But Cassie Cage says something where it's just like, my source is that I made it the fuck up. So apparently, I guess no. I thought this was fucking hilarious.
Bravo.
Good on Classic Cage. But could could you tell me a little bit more about him?
Yeah, just apologize for my puppies that sometimes bark. And I'm
Oh,
going to mute
that's
my mic if it's a lot. But yeah.
oh,
Okay,
you're
so
fine.
here's what happened. So this guy posted this stupid tweet, obviously, and it's based on, yes, absolutely nothing. He then posted down in the comments like 2 examples from Asmongold's streams, basically looking like some bots are commenting. It looked very generic, like DEI this. I showed that in the video as well. Then one guy agreed with him, like one guy, so only one guy that agree with him that she was kind of ugly. But other than that, which is not even proof, because one guy, there's always going to be like one or a few people that are not going to like something in general, not only about women and gaming, but anything in the world, anything at all. So one person and some stupid comments that are going so fast in Asmongold's chat, like, who cares? That's not proof of anything. That literally
Yeah.
could be some bots, for all we know. We have no idea. Okay, then of course he made a stream, and somebody from Twitter cut it out, this exact thing where he's talking about how, apparently someone from the chat told him that Vera Dark did video about what he said, and he's like, about the tweet. And he then started to go on this rant how he doesn't care if anybody else covers him because he's above all of those things. I'm paraphrasing. And he's not gonna pay attention to any of us that are complaining about this because that is how it is and whatever. I mean, he really believes that people are complaining about that, or it seems like that. But if you ask me from psychological standpoint, because I'm just very good in psychology, and from everything that I've seen so far from some internet creators in general, he's one of those types that are going to fabricate a story just so he can talk about something, and he doesn't care what is true and what it's not true. It's like your torch on Twitter. It's like JDA, John De La Rose. They're just gonna push a narrative just so they can talk about something, and they have no integrity or moral compass at all. They're just spewing stuff. Now, in this case, of course, I mean, she's not ugly objectively. She looks better than most characters or most people that you're gonna see in the world.
Hot.
And she looks exactly how you would imagine a Resident Evil character would look like.
Like if I remember correctly, people in the comments section were saying, please let this be in third person, and I'm like, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's
Me
like,
too. I mean, not only to stare at her, I just want to see my character, and that's how I prefer to play third person. But yeah, so there's nothing here. There's literally crickets. Nothing, no basis for this at all. She looks great, and that's that.
so he's pretty much like he's an easy flincher when it comes to the. So, by the way, if you're reacting to people that are in Asmongold's chat, and you make a tweet about it, there are some people in Asmongold's chat that just says all they say is bald. Like, that's all they say. They say bald, true, all these other like weird, like, that's what I do on his channel. I say true, or I do an LOL, and I occasionally do a Pepe. I've never done bald, but there's always a person out there that's doing weird like emotes and stuff. So it's weird to react to another person's channel's chat, which is just mind-boggling to me. I want to find the one thing that you had on your video that was pertaining to Reforged. I heard that he was going to play Mind's Eye.
He already did like a few days ago. I mean, when it comes out, he played it. Yeah.
He's talking about Veilguard here, so I'm going to play just a snippet of this.
Go top.
Put it a bit up, the volume.
Yeah, I'm going to put it up a little bit. I'm trying not to break the sound barrier here.
Has any incentive to de-incentivize that
quiet.
part of the story, being that he tweeted "Go woke, go top of the charts," then later deleted the tweet.
Oh, the Jason
Right.
Schreier.
That has nothing to do with his reporting. I think that's an attempt to poison the well. His reporting is it's lockstep with his reporting on Anthem. It's the same stuff. It's the same attitude. It's the same internal problems that hurt Anthem. So
I'll give him this. He's actually right about Jason Schreier. Like, he did the same thing with Anthem, where Jason Schreier said this is the best thing since sliced bread. Everybody played the game, and then everybody looked at Jason Schreier and said, like, did you even play this game? And now he did the whole top of the charts thing with Veilguard, and then everybody's like, did you even play the game again? So I'll give him this. Like, some of the things he says is right, but yeah, like, coming after us is not really ideal. I mean, it's like, yeah, we want to grow our channel, but we also want to make games great again.
Oh yeah, but he's gonna say whatever is the right thing at the moment. I mean, that is how such types of creators are doing it. So he's going to ride a wave that suits him at the moment, and then he's just going to change to whatever it is that he wants to push, just for views and attention. So he doesn't actually have his real opinion on the screen. He just repeating what some of us would say, and then he's gonna repeat what some of the other side would say.
I was gonna follow him if I never saw your video. If I never saw your video and Classic Cage's videos, I was gonna follow him. I was like, yeah, he's kind of right about some things. You're kind of right. Oh man, I never thought about that.
Yeah, just an act. It's just an act. Yeah,
it's just an act.
Let's just pretend that he's not telling the truth. Okay, so what do I have to believe in order to maintain the narrative that a woke agenda ruined Veilguard? Okay, what do I have to believe? I have to believe that Jason Schreier, an author for Bloomberg, was so motivated to defend Veilguard that he does a post-mortem that shows why the game was so terrible, why the game flopped and failed. He reaffirms the failure of the game, which is a repudiation of what he was trying to tweet about it doing well. This sounds illogical to me. This doesn't sound like a reasonable position. I can't reason myself to that position. That sounds like somebody who refuses to allow facts to inform what they think. It's like,
he's kind of right. Like, Jason Schreier used to be like a big thing with like he has his book on Blizzard. Like, he used to be a big thing. Now, whatever aligns with Jason Schreier just wants access. That's it. Jason Schreier just wants to be like, he like, They can roll the red carpet. They can let him in. He can be a journalist. He can talk to any of the AAA like developers. We're talking Bungie. We're talking Gearbox. He can go in and just walk through the front door. He can talk to CD Projekt Red. He can talk to anybody as long as he aligns with that. If there's anything that the developers disagree with, he probably won't be allowed back in the development team. Or like perfect example, like some people aren't allowed to like have certain discussions or journalistic, do anything journalist related to Bethesda, because for some odd reason, Todd Howard and Bethesda, if you say one bad thing about a Bethesda game, Todd Howard won't let you in his house, period. For some odd reason, this man, it happened with Angry Joe, it happened with Skill Up, it happened with it didn't happen with Matty Plays, but it's coming. It's coming because nobody I'm still skeptical on Starfield and Fallout 76, but that's what they do, where they just it's like, oh, you're the guy that gave us the bad review, yeah, you can leave.
Immature children.
Yes.
No. I decided a priori that this game was ruined by a woke agenda because there was evidence of wokeism in it. Therefore, any facts that run contrary to that are suspicious. That's not the thinking and the logical way that a person should operate in coming to conclusions. We have somebody who's known for postmortems on games, and we think he's so motivated to defend this game that he literally just eviscerated it in the public's eye. That doesn't make any sense to me. There's nothing in this article that seemingly defends the game or defends his original notion. His original notion was he seemed to think the game was doing well, and it wasn't. I thought the game was doing pretty well initially.
Oh, okay. All right.
Did he not see the news or
Okay.
cast? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. There it is. All right. Well, there's a thing that people need to understand when it comes to, you're not coming into Dragon Age, and I know a lot of people like to do this thing where it's like, you don't need to play the previous Dragon Ages. No, you kind of have to, like with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, you need to kind of understand Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 and then come over to 2. That's the same thing with most games with 1, 2, and 3. Like Last of Us Part 1, if you want to play Last of Us Part 2, don't, by the way. But in order for you to have that sense of, oh, yes, we're about to get our 4th Dragon Age, that is the fans saying, okay, awesome, I hope the game is good. So when the fans come in, and the amount of disrespect and the amount of wasted potential, the amount of wokeism, the amount of lore changing events. You know all about retcons. You know about lore changing. I mean, we could talk about 40K and retcons all day, but when you do that, and people go, oh hell no, that like. I think he's coming into like, I didn't play the previous Dragon Ages, so I'm just coming in it fresh and new. He doesn't seem like the type of person. Maybe I could be wrong. He's kind of coming into it like, oh, this is my first Dragon Age, and he just thinks the combat is kind of like fun. It's not. But when I played it, it felt like a visceral, like, it just felt like I was being played. So when I played the whole game, and I did play it from beginning to middle to end, it felt like an immediate betrayal. Now, I didn't pay for the game. I did the whole EA Play thing. But for him to say that, like it's just like, oh, it's great for for what it is, and I'm like, no, it's got like 3 games behind it. So,
But
for me, he's just dancing around the point, because the real point of why this game failed is tenfold. I mean, first, the whole process of creating the game, they changed some things during the process. They mixed a bunch of things up. There was information about that, I think, last week or the week before that. So everything that has to do with the creation of this game was ruined and just crumbling. And of course, then they decided to enter all the woke stuff. So it is quality of the game that, and when that's why it's failed, is the style, is the wokeness. There's nothing Dragon Age there actually. It's just
Yeah.
like a cosplay. Like this game is cosplaying Dragon Age. That is why this game failed. That's the bottom line. Anything else that we can talk about, this guy or that guy say this, none of that is the real reasons. Several reasons. None of that is the truth, which is like, quite a few
is the
things
funny
came together.
Because you make a good point, because this is what fans do. The people that played the 3 previous games, this is what they do. This is how you build a community. The people that, this is just like with Baldur's Gate 3 with me. I didn't play Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, but I was coming in fresh and new on the D&D scene before Baldur's Gate 3 was coming out, and then people came to me that were big fans that played all the Baldur's Gate 3 games, said, "Oh, bro, you should definitely play Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 and like this DLC. It's so cool." That's how you build a community. I played the previous games. They were fun. We might go back to that chat. We might do that. But that's how you build a sort of community where everybody's like, yo, if you like Baldur's Gate or if you like Dragon Age, play these. You might find it fun. But we didn't get that. What we got was just the simple word slop.
Yeah, slop.
But I'll do you a favor. I'll get them off the screen. But
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. How ironic that he has a Superman t-shirt on it and there's nothing super about him.
Damn, he has an August Burns Red shirt. I like August Burns Red. You son of a... I like that band. Take it off. Nah, he can wear whatever he wants.
Yeah, of course, but still.
That still take it off. But I see the point. I think I see Reforged as a man who is trying to, well, like you said before, he's beating around the bush, and also he's trying to do this whole thing where it's just like, I'm trying to break down the anti-woke crowd. Is that what I'm getting? Is that what he's trying to do? Like he's trying to tear down the anti-woke crowd, which I guess
he's trying to be above all of us. You know?
Yeah. Like when
that's what
you,
he's trying to do.
When you try to point yourself out as like, yo, I'm that guy, it kind of throws people off. It's kind of like DSP, which is another streamer who just begs for money all the time. It just throws people off. It doesn't make people want to see you or watch your channel. Like if you wanna lose a channel, keep up the ego and then beg for money. Watch how bad that's gonna fall. Like I like just be honest. But speaking of attractive ladies,
be James Gunn. Be James Gunn.
Be James Gunn.
If you want to be disliked so much, yes.
If you want to lose subs, be James Gunn. Now, speaking of attractive ladies on the screen, we have something pertaining to Hypnotic put down on here. Well, first off, everybody, Stellar Blade has sold 3 million copies from PC to PlayStation, which is really good. Of course, people love the mods, people love the combat. The story is, of course, lacking. Let me change it. I know I didn't change it. My bad. I'm learning. Okay. All right. This is my first ever sort of like podcast, so bear with me. But basically,
I do think that Stellar Blade sold 3 million copies on PC just for a few days, and I didn't see anywhere, at least not now, because the game is like out for a year on PlayStation. I didn't see any sales on the PlayStation, like for the moment. Just the PC is 3 million for sure, I think.
they said that PC sold 1 million. So for
1 million.
Yeah, for PC it sold 1 million, but for the for the PlayStation over the year, it did 2 million. Now that makes that kind of changes my perspective and makes me believe that PC might actually be a bigger crowd, which is kind of interesting. Which actually makes sense
I
because
mean, it is.
in
It is.
Xbox,
More people has PCs. I mean, I have both PlayStation and PC, but I prefer to play on the PC whenever I can. So yeah.
yeah, like I think I get it that PC would kind of be like master race because PlayStation they got you paying for to use the online features, which is ridiculous.
It's
Xbox
horrible.
Xbox is a little bit better, but their launcher and their policies are downright atrocious. Like if you look on their DEI page, they don't want women like you. Okay, Empress, like you need to cover up. You need to
Oh no.
wear a coat. You know, they
That's
don't
not
like
very
that.
feminism to me.
Yeah,
That's not very
yeah.
feminine to me. If I have to cover up and I'm suppressed and not be able to express myself the way that
You-
I want to look like how is that feminism?
Yeah, which actually brings us to this conversation. Now, Hypnotic says PC Gamer says Stellar Blade is a 68. Couldn't give it a 69 for obvious reasons. It would have been funny though. They claim the game is a Gunner game is only successful because the Chinese and ultimately now I remember somebody saying is only successful. This was by Paul Tassi, and Paul Tassi said something along the lines of like, it seems to me that Stellar Blade only got famous because of the Chinese players. And I was like,
What?
that's racist. And I'm like, I'm racist. You how do you out racist me? Okay? And then this is what he did when people called him out on it. He made it seem like, what? That's not how I said it. And I'm like, I hate that. I would respect you more if you said it with your chest and you said like, yeah, I don't like Chinese food. I would respect you more if you didn't. But when you weasel out of what you just said, and I know you weaseled out, it kind of makes you pissed off. But let me continue. I apologize. Is only successful because of Chinese and ultimately has seen other games do it better. PC Gamer, same journalist, also couldn't help but show their excitement for a game called Date Everything, where they get to express their inner desire to want to fuck their refrigerator now and considers it big cuddly.
What?
So Hypnotic says no one cares what you are into. I'm kind of scared of what she's into. Whoever wrote that article. It's when you try to morale police others and purposely put out a BS review for something that you yourself enjoy, as long as it's marked as LGBTQ or safe horny. Eve has these people losing their shit, and it's insane. It's happened twice: PS5 release and the PC release as well. So
Yeah.
here is what they gave: a 68, and then there was like Date Everything turns everyday household objects into gorgeous love interest. So if I want to put my dick in a toaster, I can do it. And
Who
now
the
I
heck
can't.
is like how crazy you have to be as a creator of games or whatever to think about such a concept that's pretty freaking twisted.
Oh,
I mean,
classic Cage got that that Nazi furry game. So it's out there. Listen, I looked and peered down that veil and I closed that door. Well, listen, I opened the warp and I closed that shit back down. That's all I'm saying.
no
So
Slaneshi things. No
no,
Slaneshi things.
no
No.
sl-
Well, just to say before I forget that I am pretty sure they said the same thing about Wukong, Black Myth Wukong, that only the Chinese people bought it. So that is why I'm pretty sure they
Yes.
said that. I remember it because I got the game like the first day. It's absolutely amazing. I love it, and it's all like millions and millions, like at least 10 stellar blades. It's sold, yeah, a lot. So yeah. Yeah, we should talk about more of that game because the success of Black Myth
that's
Wukong is just
that's actually
crazy.
that's the that's actually a good point because Black Myth Wukong, well, first off, I think that was an IGN thing, but still, it's all the same. PC Gamer, they all talk to each other. They all tout the same thing. I think that's how Astrobot won and not Black Myth Wukong. But basically, some random lady came out and said like, "Oh, these people said misogynist things this one time," and then I guess they used a Google Translate, and it made no sense, and it wasn't pertaining to women at all. And I thought to myself, well, being misogynist isn't illegal, so I don't know why. It's like, come back when you tell me the whole dev team like started a cult and started,
Well, that
slicing
was
up people.
nonsense. That was absolute nonsense.
Yeah, it
Also, they
was.
said that
It was.
there's no women in the game, and there was quite a few women in the game. It's just a bit later on, like in chapter 4 or whatever. They're amazingly beautiful and just
Yeah.
amazing, like amazing. So
It's like how come it's weird because they would have to come back and say like, oh, there's no women in the game, and then when people say there is on chapter 4, and then when they see the beautiful women, they would have to come back and say like, oh, well, they're too beautiful. So it's like they're feminist, but they're not feminist. So it's just like because those ladies are attractive as well. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, they don't have Stellar Blade costumes, but they're fucking gorgeous as well. And so when I saw that, it kind of opened up a lot of people's eyes. You remember that one time that journalists didn't know how to get out of the tutorial of Cuphead?
oh,
You
yes.
remember that? It's like the same thing where there's just like there's no women in the game. Where it's just like, what do you mean? And the funny thing is, Black Myth Wukong is an easy game. It is not a game like each boss felt brand new, but the game
Mhm.
wasn't like Elden Ring. It was like, ooh, a new experience. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. So
Oh, it's not a piece of candy, but it's definitely not not Elder Scrolls. Sorry, it's
yeah,
definitely not Black Souls or Elden Ring. I mean, for
Elden,
me,
yeah,
it was extremely challenging in the beginning, but then the game just makes it so compelling to play and to
yeah,
actually get good. I don't have that thing with Dark Souls. That's why I don't like to play Dark Souls
yeah,
or Elden Ring at all. I feel crushed. With
yeah,
Black Myth Wukong, I feel amazing. Like that
yeah,
I can do it, and eventually I'm doing it. So yeah, it was
yeah.
absolutely awesome. I am
I,
like third time into the game, like third time.
Third time? Oh, sweet, sweet.
Yeah,
I think that
yeah.
was the one thing that was my driving force was the fact that like like even though you were getting your butt kicked, if you beat this one person, you're thinking to yourself, well, what area are we gonna go to next? And what enemies
Yeah.
are you gonna find? There was always that spark of like, I want to know what's through that door, or who's this secret enemy on the side. That I think that's the one thing that I enjoyed. I know I'm getting off topic, but I do want to preface that
It's
that game
amazing game, and
journalists
that's that.
the game journalists didn't even see any of that, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
The game
probably,
that
probably.
they couldn't beat that giant rat with the giant stick, and they
Oh
said,
yes.
I think this is the same reason that game journalists want to skip boss battles. So that's a whole nother story. But
I mean, I'm playing Stellar Blade right now, but I mean, it's engaging. It's good. I need to, of course, play it more. The point is that I don't feel the same feeling of magic like I did with Black Myth Wukong. I just can't wait for the DLC. And I don't think that there's going to be a new game that's going to rival Black Myth that much in terms of the whole experience, how it makes you feel. There's one game that's coming. I forgot its title, like Wu Chong something. It looks very much like
Wu
Black Myth
Chang,
Wukong.
yeah,
Wu Chang. Yeah, that's my hope because the only thing that I'm praying for is like the DLC of Black Myth Wukong, which we
I
don't
think
know if
that's a
it's coming.
I think that's a good mix of Stellar Blade and Wukong in the mix. So it's
Yeah,
got
maybe. Yeah.
Chinese mythos, and the main character has like awesome, beautiful like costumes. And I'm pretty sure the game journalist will tell me not to play the game, but
Ye-
I think that's what we need now is instead of seeing the same old type of game. I love high fantasy and like medieval stuff and like that dark gothic stuff. But I would also like to see like something new like Chinese mythos. Hell, I would like to see African mythos if we could get out of our head for once. But
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah, of
funny
course.
to me that every time that we bring up a successful Chinese game, the game journalists have to come out and be like, "Is this game an issue?" And so I see this, and I appreciate each and every one of these people. Hypnotic, you, Classic Cage. I appreciate every single one of you for calling the bullshit out, because sometimes I don't even catch it all because I'm either at work or something like that, where it's just like this is a cool, all this stuff right here. This is a good way to get replaced by AI. Like if you say stuff like this, where it's just like you'll say this about this, but then you'll say like maybe we should tone it down on the gooner stuff. This is a good way to lose your job. And
Oh yeah, I mean you're okay with that, but you're not okay with the sexy woman on screen. And in this game, Stellar Blade, we don't have a freaking sex scene to speak of. And how many other games we had a few sex scenes and nobody said a freaking thing? Like nobody.
I think they also said, I can't say I've ever looked at any. This is when they're talking about the appliance and the utensil game. I can't say I've ever looked at any one of the inanimate objects in my apartment and thought about taking it for a dinner and a movie, but Date Everything suddenly has me questioning my limited worldview by asking, what if a record player was actually a gorgeous 1920s flapper?
What?
And I thought to myself, okay, so these people like to play Hades and Baldur's Gate 3 on repeat. Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, and also no.
So they think about dating that one tiger-looking dude that's in Animal Crossing down the street. These are the type of people that are telling you what we can and can't look at, which is very, very disturbing.
So it's okay to be a creep, but it's not okay to be a normal heterosexual man and just enjoy how a good-looking woman is in the game. And I also enjoy how Eve looks like now. In no objectivity, because I'm also an artist. She's not actually anatomically proportionate very well, but she's still aesthetic. So that's what people will see. As an artist, I'm gonna see other things, but it's it's whole aesthetic kind of a thing. She looks great. So yeah.
I think that's one thing that I've been thinking about. If I was ever to make a game for myself, where I would build a game where not every character is going to look like Eve, but there's going to be proportions to where you create your character the way you want, and you'll look at your character and be like, okay, I look great. There's two things that I would think about. One, if you're going to put a helmet on, at least show the character's hair on some of the helmets. And also, can you not make the characters when you put the helmet on the character, can you not make them bald? That's one thing I can't stand. You ever play a game, you put a helmet on your character that you just built, they turn bald? That's usually with older games or when developers don't want to work on that.
The hair just disappears completely.
The hair just disappears. So there's like I've been designing some costumes for like some characters myself. I'm not going to show my drawings right now, chat. I know I'm not going to show my drawings right now.
I do want to address one comment by Javier Hankins, who says, "If look great proportionally as an artist speaking." Well, she's literally not in proportion. I mean, her legs are too long for the torso. Her shoulders are too narrow. Should be a bit wider. They should be in the same length as. I mean, basically, they should correspond to her hips. The perfect ratio, which is 90, 60, 90, basically. So when it comes to like real human proportions, she is a bit disproportionate. She's just made to look like a gazelle. So literally speaking, like literally objectively, she looks great, but that doesn't mean that she fits that proportion. When you look at any Asian game, the women most of the times are created with very long legs, small torsos, huge boobs that are gonna break their back, most of the time. I mean, there are women with such big boobs naturally, but they're just so rare. So we're not talking about if that is, realistic. I mean, it's not that realistic in the ways that, again, I haven't seen a woman in real life that has super, super long legs, but very, very small torso, short torso.
There's also the fact that that she's either constantly on her tippy toes or on high heels. So that probably takes a factor into her. Yeah, that takes a factor in there as well.
That hurts so much. Oh yes, and her feet are very small. She basically has like a kid's number.
Asian people really do like small trees.
Yeah, maybe, but it's. I mean, when you see how tall she is, and then these legs like that short, that's what I mean. People never gonna see that, especially guys will never gonna see that, but it's
Yeah.
there. Just look at any Asian game. Like there's a new game that's coming out now. I forgot its name. It's like an alpha. It's the same thing. Super long legs, huge ass boobs, like 10 times bigger than Eve actually.
Damn,
If
that's
I-
crazy. Another
Yeah,
game like that. Yeah, what's the
they're
name?
like here. The boobs are like here. Like my boobs are super small. They don't even, you can't even see them in comparison to that. But
not
you
even
can
gonna
actually
comment on that one.
have huge boobs and be fit in real life. It's very hard to have big boobs and be fit in real life. I have naturally big boobs, but when I got really fit, they disappeared halfway. That's normal. So I have to put silicone so I can have big boobs, but which I never do because that's not healthy, and I don't like how they look like.
Your
And a lot
dog
of
is
health-
saying you should appreciate
Yeah.
yourself a little bit more.
Oh, well, I do. I'm just saying that. Also, you cannot sleep with huge boobs. Before
That's
I was
very
like
true.
68 kilos, which is,
Mm-hmm.
well, it's not very little for my height. 130 something pounds. I'm not sure exactly how much is that. You gotta check how much 68 kilos. But my boobs are like here, and
Mhm.
when I sleep, they just literally suffocate. Like they press on my rib cage like that, and it's not a good feeling. So when I'm fit and everything's lean,
Gotcha.
with that size, I'm perfectly fine with that. Yeah, and
I
still,
like
still
how a
it's
female's
proportionate to
body
my
can
body.
literally turn into Hitman 47. I think that's hilarious. 'Cause you're
Hitman 47.
sleeping and they're literally suffocating you to death. Assassination complete,
Like they weigh a lot. I mean, boobs weigh a lot. They have to wear like very stable bra, so when I run, they don't like jump everywhere, and that actually could hurt. So
I'll
yeah,
be
it's
honest though.
totally
There
different.
there
when you
are
have
s-
boobs.
I'll be honest though. There are some women out there with odd proportions, even in the real world. There's some like big women, like big fat women, that I'm trying to figure out how they're standing up. Like there's odd proportions out there. I've seen ladies with their ass up front, and I'm like, what? I'm just like, she's over here carrying the whole family up front, and then in the back, it's you know what? I'm not even gonna bother about it. But
Yeah.
Empress, thank you so much for stopping by. Round of applause, chat. Round of applause. I wonder if anybody can hear this.
Thank you. No, I don't
Really?
hear.
No. I'll have to fix that later. That's fine. I'll take the scuff. I'll take the scuff. It's like, chat, this is 40K Empress. 40K Empress. How can they reach you?
Oh yeah, well, that's my main channel, the 40K Empress, and the gaming channel where I cover all this news and when I stream is G Hammer Empress, and the other, of course, is Superhero Truth about superhero stuff. So yeah, look forward to that Superman review, guys. It's
Yeah.
coming.
Actually, I will go ahead and do that now. I'll put your channel down below. It's like your dog wants you more than it's like enough about them. You should come over and feed us, basically.
Yeah,
So,
it's a bit early for that, but yeah,
oh
they're
yeah,
gonna get
absolutely.
their food.
I'll
Soon
put you
enough.
down below. But yes, really do appreciate you being here. I hope we see you again. I hope we'll actually have a bigger party next time because this is my first stream. Congrats. No, I'm not gonna have a big head like Reforged. But
Yeah,
yes,
I'm so proud I'm your first podcast, and I was actually Minimal Efforts first podcast. He also, I mean, I was his first guest
what?
as well.
I thought he did it. I thought he did that way before. Okay, I
Oh
guess I
no,
was wrong.
I was the first. Yeah, I was the first.
Yeah.
After that, he did a few, but yeah, I love being there, guys. I mean, to
Oh.
be a guest, and if you like, you can be guest at my channel. We can figure that. That's gonna be awesome.
Absolutely. But yes, chat. Round of applause for 40K Empress. Really appreciate you being here. I'm pretty sure you probably want to get 2 more hours of sleep.
Oh no, I'm gonna get to the puppies and streaming. So yeah, I'm gonna stream on my channel now. The Chicaman Empress. I gotta play Tintin Grail.
Oh yes, that there was a patch, wasn't there?
Yeah, but the game needs a lot of fixing. I mean, it's one of those cases where you have a very good game. I know it's always like 50 people that worked on it, but there's some things that really gotta be fixed because it's like polygons, copy paste mountains, and stuff like that. Some bugs, some missing dialogue. Yeah, they do have to fix that. Otherwise, the game is just amazing, more engaging
That's why I
than
stopped. The
Oblivion.
performance was crazy.
The performance on PC is great. With my 3060 Ti, I'm perfectly fine. But on the PlayStation, it's very bad. That's what I know.
Maybe that's just me. I think it's because I'm when I'm playing alone, it's fine, but as soon as I shoot up the OBS, it's like my PC is like, and then it wants to, blow its own brains out. But
Now, what
yes,
is your GPU?
it's 4060 Ti, which everybody laughs about because they're just like, why did you
But
get a
mine's
4070?
3060. And mine's 3060 Ti, and it's running fine. Maybe it's the CPU thing as well.
I might be bottlenecked somewhere, but I'll have to figure that out later.
Yeah, sometimes uh, my brain, the CPU is what it could be bottlenecking you. In my case, my CPU is better than my GPU, so the card is bottlenecking it. But yeah.
Yeah. I need to. We both need to watch out for that. That's what
Yeah.
happens when I get excited. I'm just like, oh shoot, I can get a 4060, and then yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, we will see you again, and hopefully we see more of you. You have yourself a wonderful day.
Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody in the chat, guys. I'm sending a ton of love.
Oh yes, please do send a lot of love. Actually, let me go ahead and history. Boom. Boom. There we go. Boom. I might as well just give you all the channels. Not
That's
just
great. That's great. Thank you.
I'm sorry, dog. Listen. I'm doing the best I can.
My corgi has his own opinion. He's very royal.
Oh yes.
He's a
So
corgi.
to people on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, appreciate y'all being here. That is Gamer Empress. You have yourself a good one.
My case.
All right, guys. All right. Like that was Gamer Empress, 40K Empress. She's awesome. She's awesome. We'll probably see more of her later. What hour is it right now? Because she just woke up, but I need to get ready for bed as well. It is 2 a.m. and I'm ready to hit the hay. I am so ready to hit the hay. I will the next time that I bring more people over because I know they got different timelines and stuff, I'll have to manage that a little bit better. And that way we'll figure that out next time. But yes, first podcast, first talk show. That was pretty good. I do also need to get my stream deck fixed up. I also need to make sure that my audio is correct. I also want to add music in the background, but maybe that might be too annoying. But we'll see. But all in all, that was pretty good podcast for the first time. Hopefully, I get a little bit better. One of these days, I'm gonna truly fuck up. Yeah. Or better yet, I'm gonna be like FNT, and I'm just gonna be like 30 minutes late, like FNT. Is I like how every time the FNT this is Friday Night Tights, like FNT is like, oh yeah, it's gonna be at 4 p.m. Never mind, it's gonna be 4:15 p.m. Never mind, it's 4:30 p.m. But no, I'm pretty sure we'll do a lot better next time. But anyway, guys, you all have yourself a good night. Take care of yourselves. We will be picking up more Stellar Blade. We do need to finish that up, and we also need to go back to our retro games. I am dying to get back into Mass Effect and also get back into Pillars of Eternity. I know I split away from Pillars of Eternity. But I want to come back. I'm so glad that there's no more games coming out. I think we're good until July when Wu Chang comes out. So that's another Chinese game that's going to take over my life. But anyway, y'all have a great night. I'll see y'all next time. Next time I'll have an intro and an outro for this whole thing, but instead of just turning on the stream. But I will see y'all later. Y'all take care. Peace. Have a good one.